Have you ever poured your entire heart into a relationship, only to have it shattered when you least expected it? That's exactly what happened to Connor, a guy who believed he had found his forever in Paige. They were the couple everyone envied, a perfect match, or so it seemed. They had been together for 3 years, a journey filled with laughter, dreams, and countless promises. Connor was the epitome of a devoted partner. He remembered every anniversary, surprised her with her favorite flowers just because, and supported her ambitions with unwavering belief. For him, Paige wasn't just his girlfriend. She was his future. Their friends saw it, their families saw it. Connor was all in. He was already saving up for a ring, picturing the day he would get down on one knee. He'd even started a secret Pinterest board for wedding ideas, something his friends endlessly teased him about. He didn't care. When you know, you know. And Connor was absolutely certain about Paige. He believed in loyalty and building something real and lasting. Cheating wasn't even in his vocabulary. He trusted Paige with his whole heart, assuming she felt the exact same way. But one evening, the world Connor had so carefully built came crashing down. Paige came home late, her eyes avoiding his. The air was thick with a tension he couldn't place. She told him they needed to talk. Those 4 words sent a chill down his spine. She sat him down and, with a coldness he had never seen before, told him it was over. She said she felt trapped, that she needed to find herself, that she wasn't ready for the kind of commitment he was. Connor was blindsided, utterly devastated. He begged, he pleaded, he asked what he did wrong. Her answer was a simple, soul-crushing, "It's not you, it's me." The days that followed were a blur of pain and confusion for Connor. He replayed every moment, every conversation, searching for a sign he might have missed. He called her, he texted her, but his messages were met with silence. His friends rallied around him, trying to pull him out of his despair, but the heartbreak was a heavy cloak he couldn't shrug off. He had been nothing but faithful, loving, and supportive. How could she just walk away? How could 3 years of history mean nothing? He felt like a fool for believing in their future. Then, just 2 weeks after she ripped his heart out, the truth surfaced. It wasn't that she needed to find herself. A mutual friend, torn by guilt, finally told Connor what was really going on. Paige hadn't just left him, she had left him for someone else. Another guy, a coworker named Mark, who was older, wealthier, and drove a flashy sports car. The friend showed Connor pictures from Paige's private social media account. There she was, all smiles, wrapped in Mark's arms on a lavish weekend getaway. The caption read, "Finally living the life I deserve." The betrayal hit Connor like a physical blow. It wasn't about her needing space. It was about her wanting a different lifestyle, a more glamorous one. All her talk about feeling trapped was a lie to cover up her infidelity. The pain morphed into a cold, hard anger. He had given her everything, and she had tossed him aside for a bigger paycheck and a fancier car. He spent a few more days wallowing, letting the anger simmer. But then, something inside him shifted. He realized that moping around wasn't going to change anything. It was only giving her more power over him. When Connor decided to stop being the victim and start being the architect of his own comeback, he channeled all that pain and anger into fuel. Started hitting the gym, not just to look better, but to feel stronger, to reclaim his body and his mind. Every push-up, every mile on the treadmill was a step away from the man Paige left behind. He started pouring all the energy he had once invested in their relationship into his career. He was a graphic designer, and he began taking on freelance projects. Working late into the night, not out of sadness, but out of a burning desire to succeed. His friends noticed the change. Heartbroken, lost Connor was being replaced by a focused, driven man. He started saying yes to new experiences. He went hiking, learned to cook gourmet meals, and even took a spontaneous trip abroad with his buddies, something Paige had always said was too expensive or impractical. He was discovering a version of himself he never knew existed. A man who was independent, capable, and, to his surprise, happy. He wasn't doing it for revenge, not really. He was doing it for himself. He was rebuilding his life, brick by brick, on a foundation of self-worth. About a year passed. Connor's life was unrecognizable. His freelance business had exploded. His portfolio was impressive, and he was now in talks to start his own creative agency. He was in the best shape of his life, radiating a confidence that was impossible to ignore. He had a new circle of friends, a new apartment in a better part of town, and a newfound passion for life. He was dating again, but casually. He wasn't looking for a replacement for Paige. He was enjoying the process of meeting new people and learning more about himself. He had truly, genuinely moved on. And that's when fate decided to play its hand. One Saturday, Connor was at a high-end farmer's market, picking out fresh produce, when he heard a familiar voice call his name. He turned, and there was Paige, but she looked different. The sparkle was gone. The designer clothes she wore seemed to hang off her, and her face was etched with a weariness that her makeup couldn't hide. She was alone. Awkwardly, she started a conversation, telling him he looked amazing. She confessed that things with Mark hadn't worked out. The lavish lifestyle came with a price. Mark was controlling, possessive, and ultimately unfaithful himself. She told Connor she had made a terrible mistake. She said she missed him, missed their connection, missed the man who had loved her for who she was, not what she could provide. With tears welling in her eyes, she asked if there was any chance they could try again. Connor listened patiently, his expression unreadable. The old Connor would have crumbled. The old Connor would have seen her tears and felt a pang of pity, of lingering love. But this was a new Connor, looked at her, and for the first time, he felt nothing. No anger, no pain, just a distant, detached sense of closure. He gave her a small, polite smile. "Paige," he said calmly, "I do wish you the best, and I hope you find the happiness you're looking for." He paused, letting the words hang in the air. "But my life is in a really great place right now, and I have no intention of going backwards." With that, he picked up his basket of organic vegetables, gave her a final nod, and walked away, leaving her standing alone amidst the crowd. He didn't look back. He didn't need to. The best revenge wasn't screaming or shouting or proving a point. The best revenge was his own success, his own happiness, and the profound indifference he now felt towards the person who had once broken him. He was living his best life, and she was no longer a part of it.